My name is Becky Farnham, and I live in the Little River District. And as my husband spoke previously, we have the wonderful Doppler Tower in our neighborhood, and it was a big surprise to us. So, and many people in this county have no clue what that is that they see, that big round ball in the sky. It's a benefit because when we look at the radar map, we can always tell where our house is. It's that little X in Floyd County where you see the weather map spinning. That's my house. That's where we live, and we've got the Doppler Tower. Maybe Wills Ridge isn't the right place to put a windmill farm, but I sure hope that you don't make it so that we can never have windmills in this county. I think that would be a crying shame. I think Floyd County is looked at as being, you know, for our traditional lifestyle, for our music, for our arts, and for our alternative community, and it's all good, and we all work together. And to make this ordinance so restrictive, so that, I mean, 40 feet, is that what it is? That wouldn't even let me put a little windmill up. I don't think. I haven't looked into it, but I sure would like to have one. And I stood in fields of thousands of windmills. It was glorious, and it wasn't loud. Don't make it so that we can't have alternative energy in this county. Please.
My name is Randy Solemn from the Indian Valley District. I'm a trucker that I have leased my trucks to a company called Daily out of Carlisle, Pennsylvania. We specialize in energy. I just came back at 5 o'clock tonight, 5:30 tonight, from a project in California. The project is a waste energy. I haul 90% wind. I heard one gentleman talk about Kaiser, West Virginia. I'll haul that project. I'll haul Sulphur City, West Virginia. I've hauled California. I've hauled into Odessa, Texas, Midland, Texas. All over this country I've been involved in wind projects. I've been involved in all types of energy projects. The one meth gas project I'm working on now, picked up a steam turbine in Farmington, Iowa, took it to California. I bought back another project out of San Diego, came back to Virginia. The problems that I'm seeing with the energy, the wind energy, the one gentleman talked about an individual, yes, but the big projects, no. Number one, let's take Sulphur City, West Virginia. It's pretty similar to Wills Ridge. I own 1.5 miles mountain ridge off White Rock Road. I own over 2,700 feet, so I have a perfect place for a wind farm. I got 360-degree views. I didn't buy it for no wind farm. My tax, I pay just about every penny of my Social Security into tax, and I do it willingly to keep that property to what it is. The project in Sulphur City, West Virginia, if you go out there, and I can take you to all these projects if you'd like to go, and I'm also in contact with the Department of Energy. I work a lot with them. I've met with the Secretary of Department of Energy, T. Boone Pickens, if you remember him. He's out of the wind, and the gentleman said all in Sweetwater, Texas out there is all these wind farms this setting. Once you get rid of those subsidized, when they subsidize these things, we borrowed the money. Let me finish up on the one in Sulphur City. It was gold wind out of China. They made everything in China. They shipped it into San Diego. We trucked it all the way across country up into Sulphur City. Now, if you think going up Wills Ridge, low gap, you're going to have to cut some roads. You get on top of the mountain, you're going to have to level at least 1 acre on top of the mountain to set that thing up when those blades come around. And I'll haul the blades. The blades are 165 foot long. When we got up there, all these crews had come in from elsewhere. They had bunk houses. I mean, maybe you would get a little bit of gravel from Shooting Creek, maybe a Porta John, maybe some guys that come to town to eat. But jobs, you're not going to have jobs. And once it's over with, then they will have their crews trained somewhere else that comes in and maintains those. And it costs about $45,000 a year. Number one, I would like to know how much energy it produces, where the energy is going to go, how much is Floyd County going to receive from it. Now, if you want to make something a co-op of energy, we've done that in Iowa City, Iowa, where you have several generators that the town puts up, runs all the town facilities. Okay, then you can do that, sell energy to the Floyd residents at a reduced rate, green credits to AEP. So it's about the green credits. Once it's over with, they're history. Thank you.
Kenneth Nolan, Courthouse District. I've lived here in Floyd all my life, and I live right over here on Wheels Ridge Road, about a quarter of a mile off Route 8. I got land that borders the ridge up there, and I'm against the solar windmill power turbine, and I don't think you ought to be telling men what to do with this land. When he goes out here and works for it and buys it and pays for it himself, I don't think nobody ought to be able to tell him how high he can build something or whatever out there on it, just like a silo or anything. I've done construction work all my life, farm too, and I just don't think it's the right thing for Floyd. I know it's going to decrease the value of my land if they come, and I'd just like to ask any of y'all up there, if y'all had land boarding it right there and lived right on it and look out the back door, would y'all want a windmill up there on top of the ridge? And say you own land there? And I don't think you would. I don't know, when that 765 power line come through two of my daddy's places out there, and they shoved that thing right on through. And Floyd don't get a bit of benefit out of that. It's going to be the same way with this windmill stuff. You ain't going to get no benefit out of it. I can pull in the field out there with a cattle trailer and try to reach and get the door under that power line, and you can't even hold onto it. You got to get a glove or a shirt or coat or anything on it. So I'm saying no to it. And thank you for you.
My name is Tony Marisco. I'm a retired engineer. I live in the Locust Grove area, Copper Hill specifically. I came here to listen, but obviously I'm going to say something. This is a controversial topic. I figured it would be. I'll address two things. First, the ordinance about height and how people can use their property. If I want to build a 50-foot silo on my property, that's really not going to affect anybody else. I'd like to be able to do that. Now, as to the windmills, which probably started this ordinance to start with, I think there'd probably been a better way to accomplish that. Again, I was an engineer all my career except for 4 years teaching here at Floyd County High School. I don't know enough about this topic. I don't think anybody in this room really knows enough about this topic to make a decision on it. I think there's a lot to be learned, and I think there's time to learn it. Obviously, a windmill gives view pollution. I have bridges all around my house that are owned by other people. I'm not sure whether I'd like to see a windmill on top of any of them, or a wind turbine. It's going to be view pollution. Possibly noise pollution. But I don't know about the noise. I've been around windmill structures out west. They didn't seem to be too noisy. They were view pollution in my estimation, but what is beautiful to one person may not be beautiful to another. I do know we have an energy problem in this country. I just don't know if wind turbines are the way to solve it. It seems that the only people that are absolutely positive that a wind turbine farm is the solution to this country and the world's energy problems. Other people sell them. They have as many pros as there are cons. And if you go on the internet and do a Google search, you'll see all the good, all the bad. Again, I don't know enough about it. I don't know anybody in here that does. I think we have time to research it some. One thing that I would like to see happen, if in fact somehow we get wind turbine farms in Floyd County, Wills Ridge, or anywhere else, just make sure that there's a bond posted to have the darn things removed when they aren't functional like they were supposed to be. And we don't come back 10 years from now trying to figure out how the county's going to come up with $10 million to remove this eyesore, which usually happens in a lot of places. They aren't as efficient as they're supposed to be. Everything that I've ever had to do as an engineer had a budget analysis. If it came in to be 40% efficient, we wouldn't have done it. But again, people who believe in it are the people who are selling it. And the last thing I'll have to say, there's 5 people on the board here. Maybe this should go up against all voters in Floyd County.